What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another Monday. Hopefully, you guys had a good day in the market. There was a lot of positivity, right? And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. As you can see here, the Dow went up 585 points today. The S&P up 1.47%, and the Nasdaq up almost 2%, guys. So just a really strong Monday. Not surprising given the week that we had, and really just the past couple of weeks. But a little surprising, I'm not gonna lie. So, guys, real quick, just to look at the greed, the fear and greed index, right? Right now, we're currently, I think this morning we were right at neutral, right? So we did gain a little bit of positive momentum today. So you really want to watch this, guys, because once you get to extreme greed, which we were in a couple of weeks ago, you start to see selling activity. So you kind of, timing the market is is impossible, right? But you do want to use this metric in terms of, hey, if we're creeping more to the red, I think it turns over here, extreme greed, you might see some selling, right? And then the opposite for I forget what the word is, right? But fear. So if you have extreme fear on the left side, you know that there's some good buying opportunities. And I think the fear index was very low around April and May, which that's whenever there was a lot of fear in the market, right? So just for what that's worth, guys, a very simple tool that can help you with buying and selling. So overall, guys, just a very strong day in the market. So if we look at the reasons why, I'm going to get into this real quick. Sorry. So rate cut optimism, all right? And I'm sorry for that play button right in the middle. I'm not sure why Canva does this. All right, guys, so here we are. So we're going to get into why the market was so strong today, okay? So the first reason is the rate cut optimism that is present within the market. So the next meeting is in September for the Fed, right? And after a weak jobs report on Friday, which really kind of tanked the market, this is now a better indicator that the Fed will cut rates in September because the labor market seems to be slowing down. There was a lot of controversy with the administrative moves that were made firing that individual. It got pretty intense. So here we are a weekend later, and the market responded well by saying, hey, since it was a weak jobs report, hopefully Powell is more likely to cut rates in September. So that's one reason. Another reason is the recovery from Friday's sell-off, right? Because Friday was a pretty sharp decline. I think maybe the gain that we had today was what happened on Friday. So really, it was just a response to the complete sell-off that happened on Friday, right? Because I guess there was a lot of fear coming into this week, but things are always better than expected, guys. I know sometimes it takes time, but things are going to be all right. Okay, so today's rally can also be seen as a bounce back or a buy the dip opportunity. So just looking at these trends, right? If you have massive sell-offs, sometimes, yes, they can continue, but the market has been pretty bullish overall. So you need to take into consideration, is it an oversold sell-off, right? So the next one, guys, is the trade deal progress. I can't name every single country that's either made a deal or is close, but day by day, it seems that this whole tariff game is more of a scare tactic, as dumb as that sounds, a negotiation tactic, which honestly President Trump was upfront about from the beginning. But that's just the tactic that they're using, and they're getting deals done, I guess you could say. I know Mexico's still another one on the map, but he did extend it for another 90 days a few days ago. Canada, I know, is another big one, right? It just kind of seems like if you're not on good terms with Trump, he's going to give you a hefty tariff until you do something to be on good terms with him. Not saying it's the right tactic or the wrong tactic, but it's his tactic, I guess. And the last thing, guys, is stronger earnings report than expected. There's just been strong earnings, which have really carried us, I think, in this market. Companies are doing well, and consumers are still demanding a lot of product from companies. So I just think that it's an overall good sentiment, right? So we just need to kind of run with this market, right? So looking at individual stocks, first, sorry about that. Let me get into Navitas real quick because Navitas did have earnings today. So as you can see, guys, they are down big after hours. Well, 15%, yeah, so big. I'm personally waiting because I do think that the buying opportunity is going to be tomorrow morning at the open or maybe even in the pre-market. So I do see it going down, in my personal opinion, a little bit more. I thought about going in at 680, but I just feel like overnight is going to be low sentiment for Navitas. I haven't even really looked at earnings yet, so I do need to do that, guys, as you should too. But even prior to this, I've been very, very long-term on Navitas. So I think there's another buying opportunity, guys. So whatever your average is, you can either average up or average down here, but I think there's going to be an opportunity here within the next 24 to 48 hours to really get in at another good price for Navitas before it takes off. All right, so I'm going to skip one for now, but iron. Okay, iron has been taking quite a beating, but this is kind of the day that we needed to see a complete, and I know it was a strong market day, but iron went up 7% today, right? And it's still moving in the after hours. So I'm sure this has a lot to do with Bitcoin, guys, but in my opinion, iron is the most slept on stock in the market. And that's just my opinion. But I mean, you look at the price target, you look at how many people are saying to buy this stock, and you just really think about what their business is. AI data centers, Bitcoin miners. I mean, you just lucrative areas, right? Clean energy that they're working with. I don't know, guys. I mean, if I had to pick one stock, it would be iron. All right. Or this one right here, Rigetti. So I made a video about this yesterday. Guys, I mean, if you want to pick a quantum play that's your own, great. Mine is Rigetti. All right. I'm going in on it. Now, with that being said, the volatility on this stock is real. All right. So just if you're going to get into Rigetti, I don't think that it's a bad time to get in right now, but just understand that there's going to be dips and huge gains some days, right? This is probably the stock that swings the most out of all that I have. So just understand, guys, that the red days are very red, but the green days are very green, and the overall trajectory of this stock is very, very nice. This is not the Rigetti that was talked about even a year ago where it's, oh, what's going on? They are working, guys, and they're working hard, as many companies are. But we just need to understand that Rigetti is in the hunt for the next era of quantum computing, and I'm very bullish on them. I don't know why Yahoo does this, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, but yeah. So if we look, Rigetti, I really hope that the trend is reversing because we were about to test that 50. If we can bounce back, that would be amazing. So look for that. 3 green soldiers coming right up. I think so. I hope so. All right, guys. So a couple last ones. ATAI up another 9 cents today. This stock is just going so strong. If you look into the industry, it's gaining a lot of traction with buyouts, just with endorsements by various people. So in my opinion, ATAI, I think it even got upgraded to a $15 price target. Yes, multiple price targets, right? So HC Wainwright. There was another one. Sorry, I know there was one more that raised it. And lastly, Surf Air Mobility, right? We had a good day today. I saw a lot of news this morning that said that basically a lot of, I guess, indicators said that it was time for a reversal of Surf Air Mobility. I hope this continues, right? But this could just be some short activity, right? We'll see, guys. I'm sure a lot of people got in once they realized it was under 4. Price target, I believe, is still at 6. So we're 750. We're in good shape, guys. I know this company is probably the riskiest company that I own, but I personally think, guys, that these next few weeks are going to be big for Surf Air, but volatile. Let me say that. Great, but volatile. So have your plan. I cannot stress that enough. If you're going to take one thing away from this video, have your plan. The stocks that you know, like, and love, have your plan. Have prices that you're willing to spend money on them, right? What is your discount price for your stock? If you have Surf Air Mobility at $4.44, maybe you say, hey, I'm okay with buying it at $3.96 where it was, because that's just a good, in my opinion, a good deal for this stock. So if I had to give you one good deal, Navitas, I think it's going to go down to the 5 range briefly. So anything in the 5, guys, I would buy. Obviously, the lower the better in the 5s, but I don't think it's going to be there for very long. So just be ready for Navitas. I 396 on Surf Air, I think was a good buying point. Iron, I want to say this is kind of a reactionary move. Watch this to maybe go into the 14s or 15s, maybe 15s, right? So that's my buying point. I'm not really looking to add on to this price, but once I see that we regain traction, right? Because yes, maybe we're gonna spend. Let's say this goes to 21, but when I see it go to 21, well, that's another video, right? Because I believe that you have to test your resistance or supports 3 times before you finally break through. And I think Iron's only tested the 21 to 24 range twice. So I think it might come back up to that range, but I think it's going to come back down again before, after the 3rd time, you take off. So watch for another buying opportunity for Iron, in my personal opinion. Now, Rigetti. Guys, I've talked about my riskiest stock. I've talked about my most long-term stock, right? My most trusted stock. Now I'm talking about the stock that I think could change your life, because Rigetti is going into quantum. Quantum is the next big thing. We don't really hear much about it yet because we're not sure what's going to happen with it, but it's going to happen. Who's going to get there the quickest? In my opinion, QBTS and Rigetti are the 2 players in this game. Now, be careful with that, because you have Nvidia, you have IBM, you have Amazon, you have powerhouse companies with literally trillions of dollars that can just get it done. So be careful, because those are also companies that you should do due diligence on with their races for AI and quantum, because they are real with those companies. But maybe Rigetti is bought out by one of them, because this is the company that, in my opinion, again, with QBTS, that is heading the quantum race. Lastly, guys, we already went over ATI, guys. So I know that's quitting time for me. Have a great night, guys. Yikes. It's been a long day at work, too. Let me know what you guys think. Are you in? Are you waiting? Are you excited about these stocks? All right. Hit that like and subscribe. Talk to you guys later.